Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about traveling around Europe with as little crowds as possible. So it's March 2025, and people are starting to travel again. A lot of travelers have been messaging me asking for my take on where to go and how to get there in order to avoid all the tourists. So I've got some really good tips today on hidden routes, transport hacks, and also some underrated cities. So if you want to know how to travel around Europe right now, then this is the video for you. Hidden routes. So instead of flying directly into major European cities like London, Paris, or Rome, consider flying into nearby smaller airports that are often less crowded and usually cheaper. For example, flying into Beauvais Airport near Paris can be significantly cheaper than landing at Charles de Gaulle. You can then take a direct train from Beauvais to central Paris. In Italy, instead of flying into Rome, try flying into Naples. And while you're there, don't miss out on seeing Pompeii and Herculaneum, two incredible ancient Roman cities frozen in time after the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. There are plenty of direct trains to Naples from most major cities in Europe. Or another alternative could be flying into Olbia in Sardinia, or even just going to Majorca or Menorca, as they are known locally. It's much quieter than the Balearic Islands, but still has beautiful beaches and amazing weather. Flying into these secondary airports will not only help you dodge crowds, but also save money on your trip. Cheap flights hack. To find these hidden gems of airports, I use a flight comparison website. They compare prices from all over the internet so you can find the best deals out there. Let's say you want to fly to Spain. On the left-hand side, select your departure airport. So let's say London. Now what we're going to do is actually change this to any airport because we're looking for the cheapest option, even if it's somewhere random. So click anywhere, and now this website will show you all of the different destinations that you can fly to from London with the prices. So these are the cheapest ones, obviously. And you can kind of work backwards from here. So if you want to go to Barcelona, it's going to cost you £43. If you want to go to Seville, which is a bit further down south, it's going to be £46. But if you want to go to Santiago de Compostela, which is up here in the north, it's going to cost you just £19. And I think that's really cheap to fly to Spain. And this website will show you all the different airlines that fly to those destinations. Now it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to travel to those places. But this is a great way to find inspiration. So you might want to check out what's on offer from other airports near you. Underrated cities. So instead of hitting the most popular tourist spots, consider exploring lesser-known cities. Eastern European cities are a great choice as they're often overlooked by most tourists. For example, Ljubljana in Slovenia is absolutely stunning. It's surrounded by mountains and forests, and it's one of the greenest capitals in Europe. Or how about Tallinn in Estonia? This city is home to the world's first open-air museum as well as a medieval castle. These hidden gems offer unique experiences that you won't find in more famous cities. Plus, you'll have the chance to experience local culture without the tourist crowds. Local transport secrets. To truly blend in like a local, ditch the touristy hop-on, hop-off buses and taxis and use local public transportation. Not only is this often cheaper than tourist-oriented services, but it will also get you closer to the authentic local experience. For example, in Paris, hop on the metro. It's fast, efficient, and goes everywhere. Or in Prague, use the trams. The city's historic tram network is one of the oldest in the world. You can buy tickets directly from the machines on the metro or tram stops. And in cities like Berlin, Amsterdam, or Madrid, use the U-Bahn, U-Boot, or Metro. These are the underground systems, and they're super easy to use. Just make sure to buy your ticket before getting on the train. And if you're not sure how to use the public transport system, then download a city map app. It's free, and it works without Wi-Fi. It gives you detailed maps of every single city. You can zoom in and out and see all of the different train stations, bus stops, metro lines, and everything else. So this is a really good way to plan your route before you go. Off-peak timing. Avoid the busiest times of the year and opt for shoulder season or off-season travel. For example, Instead of visiting France in the summer when everyone else is there, consider going in the spring or autumn. You'll experience fewer crowds, cheaper prices, and still enjoy pleasant weather. Don't forget, though, that in winter, many parts of Europe can get pretty cold, so pack accordingly. Now, if you do need to travel during peak season, then try to avoid the busiest days and times. For example, Tuesdays and Saturdays are often the busiest travel days in Europe, so try to avoid flying then if you can. Also, aim for less popular time slots like early morning or late night flights and trains. Border crossing hacks. If you're planning to travel between countries, try to avoid busy border areas. Instead, look for alternative routes that are less congested. For example, if you're heading from France to Spain, instead of crossing through Paris or Lyon, consider going via smaller towns like Poitiers or Le Mans. And in Germany, instead of crossing through Munich, try going via Nuremberg or Erfurt. You can use Google Maps to find alternative routes and check for any border wait times. Scenic routes. So instead of taking the quickest or cheapest route, opt for scenic byways and routes that pass through picturesque landscapes. For example, if you're driving from Amsterdam to Berlin, consider taking the route that passes through Hamburg and the Danish countryside. And if you're flying into Greece, consider flying into Thessaloniki. You can then take a coastal road down towards Athens. Traveling along these routes will allow you to experience the beauty of Europe's landscapes while avoiding the busiest areas. Digital travel tools. There are some really useful digital tools out there that you can use to plan your route and also make sure that you stay safe when you're traveling around Europe. For example, Google Maps is great for finding alternative routes to avoid traffic and crowds. And apps like Rome to Rio are really useful, as well as they tell you how to get from A to B using any form of transport. Apps like XE.com are great for currency conversions. And I always use an app called Sleep as Android. It lets you know how long you'll be sleeping in each time zone and converts your local time to wherever you're traveling to. Local experiences. Immerse yourself in local culture by participating in activities that are popular with locals. For example, in Germany, consider going to a traditional German beer garden. Or in Italy, try a cooking class to learn how to make pizza or pasta. These experiences not only offer a break from sightseeing, but also provide a unique way to connect with locals and other travelers. Safety. Plus, budget balance. Most importantly, prioritize your safety and budget when planning your route. Avoid displaying large amounts of cash or expensive jewelry to reduce the risk of theft, and keep your important documents and travel essentials secure. Use money wisely by taking advantage of free activities and attractions, and consider purchasing a city pass if you plan to visit multiple attractions. Consider staying in hostels or guest houses to save money on accommodation. By keeping these factors in mind, you can create a route that is both exciting and safe without breaking the bank. So these are my top tips for traveling around Europe right now. Remember to avoid the most popular tourist hotspots and instead explore lesser-known destinations and hidden gems. Utilize public transportation, look for alternative routes, travel during off-peak times, and consider local experiences. All right. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.